Hi, this is Russ Benson. I am a Liverpool supporter, and you're listening to Drunkard United Football Show. You all need Jesus.
We do, and that's okay.
Sometimes
Because tonight we have the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. It's me and Mr. Allen. So to start us off, just in case the world ends, I grabbed us some Glenbergie 21-year-old so we can have a nice taste in our mouth before we all die. So, Alan, you ready?
Yep.
Let's start the show. Hello and welcome to the Drunkard United Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I'm your host, Sam Graham, and across the way from me is Mr. Alan Llanes.
Giannis, get it right.
Is it
you son of a
Giannis?
bitch.
I thought about that on the way down, too.
We're starting early.
Fucking hell.
Coming out the
Speaking
gate
of
hot.
woke.
You know,
I thought about that on the way down
we
here.
had a lot of
I said to myself, I wonder if it's Giannis.
we had a lot of pre-production, and we did not go over that.
I thought
I
you
know.
were woke.
What?
Yeah.
I am Puerto Rican, and I still fucked it up.
I am mad ambiguous, too. Like, you don't know which way I could go. I'm, like, slightly too dark.
Well, you're like my wife.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks she's from a lot of different places that
yeah,
she's
exactly.
not from. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right. But yes.
Anyway, how you doing, bud?
I'm good, man.
You all right?
Hell
¿Cómo,
yeah.
¿Cómo estás? You okay?
Muy bien.
All right, good. We are recording at Studio H just outside of our nation's capital. You can find us on just about every podcast platform you can think of. And remember to share, subscribe, rate, and review. Also, it'd be great if you just told a friend.
Yeah.
It'd be lovely
Totally.
if you could spread the word about our fantastic show, in my opinion.
Speaking of friends, I have a new country shout out. Portugal.
Ooh,
Now
Portugal.
been a
Portugal.
regular 2 listeners every week in Portugal
Nice.
since December.
Awesome. There we go.
Nice.
There you go. Well,
Going international.
Gotta start branching out,
I
bro.
forget how to say welcome in Portuguese.
Start covering Benfica.
It's close to bienvenido. What
Is
is it? Yeah, it's close to it.
I don't know.
It's probably
It's
like bienvenido.
Yeah, it's
Something like that.
something ridiculous.
It's close. It's ridiculous. That's rude.
I mean,
Coming from
Portuguese.
the guy that corrected his last
I know,
name.
but Portuguese to me is just
Yeah, right.
Like, it doesn't
How
compute.
about, ready? Hola.
That's
Is it?
hello.
No way.
That's what Google says.
That's hello. I
Shenanigans.
wanted to know welcome.
Oh,
Let's try again.
bien vigado. That's not right.
Bona Noir.
That kind of
All
makes
right.
sense.
Yeah.
See, that's why it's
That might be
nonsensical.
okay. That's
Like
true.
you think French, Italian, Spanish, you're like, oh, they're roughly
Yeah,
the same.
r-
Nope.
Yeah,
It's
Portuguese
also
is not.
50% that I'm full of shit. But let's just go with it.
All right. There are many ways to get in touch with us if you want to talk to us, which we do love, and we try to read out as many as we can on the show. But, Alan, if you could, please tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Yeah, so we're at DUfootballshow on Twitter and Instagram, right? There's a gram for this, Graham,
Mm-hmm.
I believe. And then always DUfootballshow@gmail.com for good old-fashioned email.
Yeah, Graham minds the Grams, and Houston minds the Twitter.
Nice. I like
and then
it.
we all three kind of fuck with the Facebook.
Oh, now I know who. Okay, now I know who my comments are going to be directed at specifically.
Yep. And also, we have a closed Facebook group, so make sure you try to join
Yes.
it. Get in, but you have to like the show first to find it. And that is Drunkard United FC on Facebook.
Yes,
That's where most of the banter comes
Banter.
through during the games and fun times. So, again, as it was the case a couple of weeks ago, I'm the only one that works in the wine and spirits industry that's here this evening. And I have a passionate love for all things distilled spirits. These two
I do
kind of
too.
like it a little bit.
I'm a fan. They don't pay me for it, but I like it.
So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we've got to have a drink in our hands throughout this show and every show. And by red-blooded, we mean thoroughbred American,
Yes.
not Bomber-ran red-blooded.
Yep. Well, gonna abstain on that one. Just gonna.
All right, bad joke.
No, I'm with it. I'm just not gonna.
I'm
I'm,
going to let you hang out there
I'm
all
not
by
stepping on
yourself.
That's fine.
Oh,
I'm not
look,
whatever,
stepping
I
on
have
that
a,
landmine.
Alan, I have a mute button to hit.
Whatever. Get in touch
Yeah.
if you hate me. That's
Yeah.
fine. So, Alan, what are we drinking tonight, man?
So we are drinking some Royal Lochnagar, I believe is what it is called. It is a Highland single malt Scotch. Comes in at 80 proof. This is part of the Game of Thrones collection from Diageo for you Game of Thrones fans out there. This is actually House Baratheon. So its case has a nice stag on it.
Yeah, the
For
tin's
those-
got a stag with the crown around its neck.
Yeah, for those of you who know. But yeah, fairly light in body and style. Very briny. So most Highland Scotch is actually aged outside near the sea, so they get some of that sea air, that sea salt water in there. Nice little touch on the finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
opinion.
So think like Chivas, think Old Pulteney, brands
Yeah.
like that, where you'll have that little bit of brininess. Goes great with seafood, oysters.
Yep.
As a finish to one of those sorts of appetizers or meals. But also drink responsibly, guys.
Yes.
All right. Are we ready to go?
I mean, I'm not going to cheers you until I get something in my glass to cheers you with.
I didn't give you the first thing.
No, when the other
she's got a
Houston
point.
is sitting there, that's never a problem.
There you go. Sit
Oh.
your ice melted a little bit.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
Your ice
that.
melted a little bit. I had
All
to
right,
fill it up.
So, cheers, Alan.
Yeah, let's
Cheers.
do it. Cheers, guys. Hey, you cheers the host first, okay?
Yeah, she did.
All right, let's get into it. That page is done. Because I'm in charge of the motherfucking show, we start off with Newcastle 0, Leicester 3.
Yeah, you son of a
Alan,
bitch.
nice to
Wow.
see you, buddy.
Yeah, well.
How you doing?
That's a nice welcome back. We
Um,
suck.
But after getting slammed by Liverpool recently, Leicester would have felt that they hadn't really avenged that yet, I think. And that's where you kind of got put to the sword here.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think a tale of the last couple weeks of just this is the old Newcastle trouble. Yeah, I know.
All right, just
unfortunately.
making sure.
I'm gonna have to do it. But yeah, so the old Newcastle troubles that typically happen to us with when we get a good start or we have a solid team or we have put the points up is squad depth. We never really reinforce. We kind of hopefully hold off for some of the youngsters to kind of help us out during these stretches.
Yeah.
And it never really works out. So now you're seeing it, I think, right after Boxing Day, we had 10 injuries.
Yep.
The old Benton bathhouse up there, the training ground, isn't quite working out anymore. The sauna after a drink isn't the way these athletes work anymore.
What about a 9-pound 95 spaghetti dinner, all you can eat? Is
Most,
that not doing anything?
That'll probably get it done. Chip buddies,
Maybe puking in a
all
fireplace
all
with
types
that-
of good
Yeah.
stuff. An evening at Jalu in the city center. It's it is
And
what it is.
you know Mike Ash's got a Nando's black card. Why can't you
fuck
just
yes.
go get him a cheeky Nando's? They'll be fine.
Cheeky
I mean, look at what
Nando's.
Jordan Pickford does after a cheeky Nando's.
I hear it's just pies at the training ground. That's it. That's all you get. Just
of
variations
course,
of pies.
none of which have vegetables in them.
Not a
I can
single
imagine.
one.
Yeah, which is pretty good. Joe Linton, are you disappointed with him? Are you happy with him? What do you? I think
So-
at his previous club, I was another show that I listened to pointed out that coming to Newcastle was a change in system for him in general. He's not really a point man. He's more of a drifter, kind of off of a point man.
Yeah, so I mean, from what my understanding is, and I didn't honestly watch him too much, previous to him coming here, but my understanding is he's kind of that false nine, like number 10, kind of floats around, but I don't really see him as number 10. He played a lot on the wing at Hoffenheim, which we've tried, and he still doesn't really look like that's his natural home.
Right.
So honestly, I mean, maybe it is. I think it probably is a thing that he isn't playing in his natural position. But likewise, he's had some really, really golden chances.
Yeah, and
I mean,
squandered
at
them, to be
Rochdale, he
honest.
should have put it 2-0 away, and we'll get to that, I'm sure, at some point. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I am very disappointed, quite frankly, and I think it's at a point where if Carroll could stay healthy, you would be picking Carroll on the team sheet right now over him.
But that's the key.
Yeah,
I mean, for the last almost decade, Andy Carroll has not been able to stay fit
No.
since the first time he left
yeah,
you.
since he left us.
So, I mean, I know he's a Geordie through and through. Do
Mm-hmm.
you think that being home will help in
I
that?
mean, I think
or
his
is his body just too feeble?
I mean, it'll help you
For
just
such a big lad, too.
you're gonna have to he's gonna have to take those games off. Those times when Bruce is pushing the envelope and being like, maybe he shouldn't be out here for another 90 minutes. Those are the times he's gonna have to absolutely look at Andy and say, nope, you're on the bench,
Right.
Or or you're off the team sheet completely because, yeah, you're gonna have to baby him. But the return that I've already seen us getting with him on the pitch, I think is going to be big down the stretch if we don't strengthen in January. So
yeah, fair enough. I'll give you that.
that's a big thing, and then just getting healthier at this point because we're in shambles.
I loved it, of course, because I'm a dick.
Yep, that makes sense.
But I'm sure you didn't like to see Ayoze Perez score and celebrate.
No, and you know what? I'm not an Iosi hater
And
like a lot of people.
putting his fingers in his ears as if to say, "I can't fucking hear you."
Well, I think that's why he was doing it when he was here, when he was there, quite frankly, because he got a lot of stick from a lot of supporters about his production. But I think you see now with him gone, and I said when he left, I was like, that's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
That's a replacement that needs to happen, and I don't think, I mean, we maybe St. Maximin, but not yet. You know what I mean?
Maybe Almiron as well. I mean, he scored goals in MLS and just added his second again.
His second at Rochdale.
Maybe his ears just hadn't popped from the flight, and he was trying to equalize the pressure.
The flight from Leicester. You could skip a rock from Leicester to Newcastle.
Right? Like,
to be fair.
So-
Hey, by the way, under me,
Yeah.
you don't have a mute button. You're allowed. You just chime in.
Yeah, you
I
just-
told you this.
Yeah.
It wasn't just for us.
I mean, I didn't have it on anyways. I was just kidding earlier, but thank you for officially endorsing that.
yeah, not a problem.
Right now, there's a certain listener yelling at his phone.
Yeah, I believe he's in Florida at the moment, isn't he?
There's a compassionate dictatorship here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you.
You know? But yeah,
I'm like
man,
the Clintons, man. Just don't cross me,
yeah,
and I won't
just
kill you.
fine. It's fine. Hide my emails. It's cool. Like,
Yeah.
we're good. But yeah, man, that was rough. Like I said, I don't hate him at all. Back to your question, but I just
The thing about that makes it strange. I know him leaving, is kind of a shot in the gut, but normally Newcastle fans appreciate the work rate regardless of the result. And
Yep.
as long as you work hard and give everything for the shirt,
Yep.
they don't give you much stick.
Yeah.
So I know him leaving at this point in his career after so long and forming a decent partnership with Solomon Rondon last season.
Yep.
And just kind of being the steady Eddie
Yep.
every year. If firing a lot of goals, to be honest with you, to get them back up in the championship, get them back into the Premier League a couple years ago. I don't know where they all of a sudden turned, because at some point, once you got to figure some of these upper echelon of your team that maybe want to be big stars or try their hand at another system where they're not in a relegation battle or a just work hard and see where we finish type of mentality. You have to wonder if, as soon as Mike Ashley kept hold of the club in the summer, if he didn't make his fucking mind
I
up.
think as soon as Rafa left, because
As well, yeah.
right before, I guess, right at the season's end, he did make kind of a not so cryptic statement to say, "Look, we'll see where we are. Come summertime, we'll see what happens at the club." Like, it was very much alluding to, if Rafa stays, I will stay.
Right.
But if Rafa leaves, I'm out.
I gotta go.
Like, I've been here for almost 10 years. Like, I mean, we got him for $1.5 million from Tenerife.
Oh,
almost
yeah. No,
10
absolutely.
years
You got
ago,
him,
you know
what,
what I mean?
30 million or something.
We
Leicester
sold him for
paid.
30 to Leicester. Classic Mike Ashley move.
No, absolutely.
But I don't hate him at all. I mean,
I hope
he
everyone
scored.
in
I wish
England
he would
enjoyed
never.
their discount on track pants at
Yeah,
Sports
exactly.
Direct after that
Speaking
transfer.
of Mike Ashley, you're nursing that shot.
I know we keep jibber jabbering.
I know.
It's because as soon as I take this, I'm gonna have to stop talking for like 30 seconds.
I
So-
knew that, and I wanted to get my questions in.
So here you go, sons of bitches.
I
there
don't
you
have
go.
to do a shot.
So
do you,
bad.
Graham?
I do not have to do a shot.
Goody for you.
I do not have to do a shot, and
I just uploaded. You haven't seen it yet because you were asking questions to Alan, but I just uploaded Sam's shot video.
Oh, good,
Oh yeah, I made him do a shot.
awesome. The other thing about this,
Doing all right, Alan. You don't
what-
look so good.
I just need my tongue
All
scraped.
that pizza not
Like,
working
is there
out.
some sandpaper nearby? Or
During the break, I have bananas in the kitchen. That actually does help.
does it work?
Yeah, Scotch and Malort.
Yeah.
you don't have to say anything to this. You can continue to gather yourself. But
No, you're good now.
Madison had a fucking peach of a goal.
Oh yeah, that was glorious.
That was
Like,
fantastic.
the only problems with, so the first two goals, I actually didn't see the third one because I was in a fit of rage. But the second one, so Lejeune hadn't played his third game in, I don't know, what, week and a half?
Yeah, something like that.
The third game
because
in
of the
8
injuries
days,
to
9
Lascelles.
days. Because of the injuries. And because, like, not only Lascelles, but Kieran Clark was out, who had been kind of subbing in and out. And I think that he had a shitter at Man United, and he was just coming back full time from an ACL injury. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he was fine. He played well in his first match, but you could see the fatigue set in. And
Yeah.
Bruce even said, he was like, I had no choice, but I also know I shouldn't have done it.
Right.
Because he laid that ball flat across the back to Madison. And Madison, it was game over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had that ball in a string.
Yep.
You couldn't have held it any better in the top corner. That was a I don't care who you are.
Nope.
And that was a fucking brilliant.
And that's
goal.
what you do. I think we wanted to give them a go because of the stinker that we had at the King Power.
Yeah.
But we were just exhausted.
If
and
you
hurt
all weren't so pissed off about Perez, that may have been a moment. Do you remember in the Champions League? Was it last year before? No, it had to be year before last. Cristiano Ronaldo against Juventus with Real Madrid.
Yep.
And the overhead kick where the Juventus supporters applauded him for his goal.
Yeah.
And then that summer, he decided to go there partially because of that. Mm-hmm. That may have been a moment where you applauded James Madison. Just, son, well done.
Absolutely.
Well done.
I mean, I was impressed with the Jose's goal, quite frankly. I mean, and that's
Yeah,
what he
but-
always did.
But he was a cunt.
Yeah, he was.
So you can't act like that.
And like I said, and to finish that point, because the one thing that I will say is he gets a lot of stick, and he got a lot of undue stick because he worked his fucking socks off
Yeah.
for us. But the one thing that he said that I think he shouldn't have, and he was trying to, I think, write the narrative before he left, was to be like, "Oh, I'm kind of homesick. I think I want to go back to Spain." And then he was like, "Oh, Leicester." Leicester's
25
not
miles
near.
away? Yeah.
Leicester's not near Tenerife, my man.
No,
So
not even
that
close.
was my only thing. But a loyal servant, I can't really fault him.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years at Newcastle,
Yeah,
all of which were under Mike Ashley.
yeah,
To be honest with you,
all of them. Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't have a POW MIA flag up in Spain.
Right.
And
But-
now he's been found under Brendan Rodgers.
Yep. Good on him, man.
Yeah.
Go for it. Second
Well-
place. I mean, you're not taking the. I don't think you're lifting it, but that's a different story.
That takes us to the thigh rubber of the weekend. Or of the January 1st. It was a Wednesday.
Of the whatever.
Yeah, of the first day. I know, I'm so tired. After the festive period, I don't even know what fucking day it is now.
I know. Right?
I'm surprised I showed up at the right accounts today at work.
They
I'm
started
still
sen-
on cruise time.
they started sending me emails at work, and I was like, "What? It's holidays still."
Right, yeah.
Because you go right through the holidays, and then my birthday is right there too.
That's
like
how-
your wife's
yeah, yeah.
birthday, and it's like, oh well, the party keeps going till Epiphany.
Well, mine's Christmas Day, so
Yeah.
it's mayhem.
Oh,
like
is
it's just
it?
straight mayhem.
Oh, no.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Houston's is New Year's Eve, so
Oh.
I feel you. It's that
Yeah.
season. So yeah, it's party right through
Jeez.
the 6th of January, and
Yep.
then you're
Go
like,
back to work.
yeah, tomorrow
Now
I'll be
what?
like,
Yeah.
what? I have no idea what's happening.
Exactly. But Arsenal beat Manchester United at home 2-0, and our new manager bounce officially kicks off,
Kicks in.
which is brilliant. Do you think my boys are prepared to make a run and challenge at the top four?
I would say let's see how we settle. The bounce gives you what about a month. I usually average out. Right? Has it
What's
been a month?
nice is this month there's 2 weeks of cup games.
Oh, so there you go.
So we could win our 3 league games.
I mean,
to keep them-
Everton's bounce didn't last very long.
Well,
to be fair, that
that's
was
what
against
happens when
City.
you. That's what happens when you run into the buzzsaw.
Yeah.
your
That's
bounce
right.
doesn't matter. But yeah, I think so, man. I think it was an interesting decision. Like, I mean, it's always nice to bring a club legend back. It's nice to bring a guy who knows the club,
Mm-hmm.
knows what the supporters expect, knows something that I wish. You know what I mean?
No,
So,
absolutely.
something like that. So, yeah, I think you guys can ride this out and make a decent push. I mean, at this point, what you're looking at, everybody's playing for third,
for
and fourth.
Yeah,
Third
for
and
fourth, basically.
Yeah.
Because third, I mean,
Third's
the
getting-
top 3 are running away with
away.
it, and Chelsea's so young; they're so up and down.
Yep.
With their performance, that it's going to have to be that 4th spot, I think.
Yeah, if he can steady the results and get everything together. I mean, you guys know you have the talent on the pitch.
Yeah.
You have there's some holes but-
Defensively, there's
some
big
holes,
holes.
but like I was telling Mel in the practice run up is that fucking Arsenal fans complaining about fucking having decent sides and
Well, see, but the problem is you got to know what we're used to, right?
I get it. The
It's-
expectations up here,
it's-
but it happens, man.
You're so whiny.
But
Yeah.
from where we were, right? And you could the biggest issue with it, why we're all so bitter about it, is the holes are glaring.
Yeah,
It's very obvious. We
Yeah.
never replaced Patrick Vieira.
that's true.
And you
but
saw
how
it
long
to-
ago was that?
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we've been shite ever since. So what? It
But
was-
ever since you've
to-
been consistently top 4 for the majority of
hon-
that time.
We've been in the Wenger Cup. We've been 4th. Except that crazy season that Leicester won the title, we were runners-up.
Yeah.
But that was just a psychopathic season. That had nothing to do with us being good
It just-
necessarily.
Man, you couldn't beat Leicester to the title. I get it. It's it's fine.
All right. This was easily our best performance of the year, for real. What I love seeing though is just the effort. We're no longer lethargic.
Yeah.
Even in the draw with Bournemouth and the loss immediately thereafter over the festive period, they tried harder, right? And again, at this point, I'd just rather you try hard.
Yeah.
Fuck the result. And that's the work ethic that Mikel Arteta has brought. He said in a press conference that the reward is the hard work.
Yeah.
Right? So if you work hard, as good as you are, you'll probably win.
Yep.
If you don't win, you left it all out on the pitch. So you could be proud of yourself that you worked very hard. You just got beaten by a better team.
Yep.
So that mentality shift, and it looks like everyone's buying in. Fucking Mesut Ozil's running. Oh my God.
That guy has legs.
He tackled somebody at Leeds today like 2 or 3 times. Very impressed. Very impressed.
Nice.
But yeah, so that wraps up the me rubbing it in Alan's face bit. And we're going to have a break.
What?
Rub it in my face.
Yeah, because
Really?
Leicester beat Newcastle and Arsenal won on the
Pro
same day.
Arsenal agenda is over.
The pro Arsenal
I'm in
agenda is
fucking charge.
super fucking heavy. Nobody cares. It's whack.
Shite teams were putting it right, and some weren't putting it right. So we've got David Moyesiola back in charge.
That made
And
me
funny, we're
giggle.
talking about back at home. His initial press conference I talked about with Sam last week was he feels back at home at West Ham, where he spent 7 months,
Yeah,
whatever
back
it
at
was,
home, eh?
after 10 years at fucking Everton.
Solid.
Yeah. Even
Solid.
further away from his home of Glasgow. Norwich 1, Crystal Palace 1, Southampton 1, Spurs 0. And Burnley 1, Villa 2.
What?
Burnley 1, Villa 2.
I just wanted to hear you say it again.
I like the first Villa Burnley.
Yeah.
Well, you know why it is. It's because Graham bet against us.
We're not there yet.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll go back to playing
Well,
my island game.
Put a
then.
pin. Put a pin in that.
Oh, we will. Don't worry. She'll give me a lot of shit because I bet against her team.
I mean,
But
that's fair.
West Ham 4, Bournemouth 0. Is this the era of David Moyesiola?
David Moyesiola.
Is that what we're doing here?
Well, I mean, look, a blind squirrel finds nut every fucking now and then. I mean, so I don't know who the person is to put all the talent that West Ham bought together. I don't necessarily know that it's David Moyes.
I don't. Yeah,
But
right.
hey, 4-0 Bournemouth. Fuck it. Let's
Right.
ride with it.
Yeah, I mean it was a great performance.
Yeah.
From West Ham, and
you don't see teams sides like Bournemouth or Burnley get beat like that a
No.
whole lot. So yeah.
But it was also 104-year-old Mark Noble leading the charge and had a fucking brace. He drew the penalty, took the penalty, which I can't stand that.
That guy.
If you get fouled, somebody else needs to take the pen.
Yeah.
That I hate it when that happens because more often than not,
You're all juiced up.
you're all juiced up. You're all
Yeah.
yelling at the referee. You're
Yeah.
this, that, the other. More penalties are missed by players that got fouled than players that weren't fouled.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the first was a huge deflection though.
Yeah.
The first one, which fine, whatever.
But if
good
Noble,
on him.
But at this age in his life, because not even his career, like if Noble wins one, do you not give it to him? It could be his last. You
Well,
never
that-
know. Like,
Jesus Christ, that's true.
I mean, he could
That's true.
retire, Graham.
I'll
And
get-
stop being so morbid.
Sorry.
Double entendre.
Yeah, I didn't know what was happening. And then great football in the build-up from Anderson and Robert Snodgrass there in the first one. Would have
like
been
that
on
side, man.
and
I
it
mean,
would have been on target anyway,
I
which
would-
is why they gave him the goal.
I would take that team sheet. Like
Yeah.
that's a solid side,
Oh,
dude.
why not? If you
Yeah.
can put it together with the tactical nous and invention and creativity of David Moyes,
or Stevie Bruce.
why wouldn't you? Jesus. West Ham for the
come
Europa League this year. Oh, my goodness. Bournemouth had more possession, but West Ham tripled them in shots on target.
That's solid
Which just
possession
shows
from
how
Bournemouth.
not great Bournemouth is at the moment.
that cutting edge.
Oh
that
yeah,
they have.
Sebastian Halle had a brilliant scissor kick. It was fantastic. Great
Nice,
finish, great
nice.
bravery as well. Defender could have been braver and actually put his head in it, where he probably would have cleared the ball away and gotten a bloody nose, but
he would have died.
he would have done his job.
He might have died.
Um,
I'm just saying.
and again, Harry Wilson silly foul for the penalty, which we spoke about. But Felipe Anderson, wonderful touch.
He's so
Textbook. Took it right across the wing, right across the on-rushing defender.
Yep.
So it's either foul me and get a red, or I'm just in now.
Yeah.
And so he let him be, and scored. It was a lovely goal to the far post.
Mm-hmm.
And then VAR rescinded a red card for Aaron Cresswell. I think it was probably a red.
It might have been.
I think it was a red.
VAR.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
I know everyone's stances.
Oh my
That's-
God.
Here, I got VAR.
There you go.
I'll just sip my tea here. Beer. It's beer.
It is rough.
It's beer.
It's beer.
It's
yeah.
tea flavored beer.
It's no. It's just beer.
It's
fine.
It's mead.
I was trying to be like the Kermit.
It's cider. He's a sensitive boy.
Wow, Alan's got you pegged.
I know. Oh, fuck off.
I'll have a dark fruits.
That's pretty good. Conversely to my first point of David Moyesiola, Bournemouth is in fucking trouble.
I can't even hear Moyesiola
I know.
without giggling. Yeah, Bournemouth should. Yeah,
Bournemouth's in big fuck trouble.
yeah, I
It's
believe so. Yeah,
that they normally start really well, like Watford.
yeah.
They didn't. And then they fall like a stone, and then they win 6 games at the end of the year to solidify their place in the Premier League.
Yep.
They didn't start well.
Nope.
They still fell like a stone, and they're not looking
Really?
like turning it around
Yeah.
at all.
It's
Nathan Ake's still out.
It's caught up with them.
Oh yeah,
I think.
I think Callum Wilson's injury. He doesn't look the same.
No.
Since he's come back in his
Agreed.
couple of brief stints, I worry for them big time.
Yeah, I agree.
And to be fair, I think Eddie Howe's only hurting his own stock at the moment, unless he can dig them out of this.
He's gonna have to dig them out of this. But I think at the end of the day, I think even if they do go down, I think he probably has. If some mid-table side has an opening come next year, I think you see him make that jump if they do drop
Right.
down, because I think he's built up enough stock.
I
mean,
hope
what
so.
they've been in the league for what
5-6
4
years
yeah,
now,
yeah,
something
that's
like that.
not-
4 or 5 years,
yeah,
yeah.
that's not bad.
No, not for a club, but they have the smallest ground in the Premier League.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Norwich won, Crystal Palace won.
They're both boring.
Yeah.
They both suck.
Um,
I'm sorry to any other
Just-
the Norwich or Crystal Palace fans out there. but-
that's just Brad.
I was going to say, like, who's, I have to look at my board and go,
oh,
who's,
so-
oh, that's Brad.
So,
Brad
like,
Parker.
you're my Joker.
Is he
and
an
I'm
Eagle
Batman.
fan?
No. Is he an Eagles fan? I don't think so.
So he's a
listen,
Canaries.
No.
Wait.
No. Oh, an Eagles
yeah,
fan.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you're wearing your Raven shirt, so I got confused.
yeah. I was
I
rubbing
thought the
this in
same
your
thing.
face,
I
too.
went
Yeah,
American
I
football,
got
too.
confused.
We're talking about footy.
I know.
But
Fucking
still.
Philistines.
I'm drunk.
No,
No,
sorry.
so
Go ahead.
it's just him. You're my Joker,
Okay.
right? I'm
That's-
Batman. You're
I'll-
Joker.
I'll allow it. Okay.
We'd argue we're more Robin than Batman. Maybe
I'm Batman.
Batgirl.
Well,
I'm
fucking
fucking
Batman.
here. I'm here.
I'm
okay?
fucking Batman.
I'm here. I'm
Fuck
Batman.
that. I'm Alfred.
Alfred does. I want a spin-off with just Alfred the early
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Did you
Alfred
ever
the
watch the
early
show?
years.
I keep
on-
this fucking mess together.
Here.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah.
You want? Would you like another drink?
No, I didn't earn
Alfred the early years. He was his parents' butler.
He was.
So what is he doing?
There's a whole spin-off. You never watched the TV show Gotham.
No,
yeah,
all
that's
right.
right.
we gotta-
Alfred, they're doing a spin-off. Alfred Pennywise, he was a badass in his youth, so they're
Yeah,
doing a
dog.
spin-off just about him.
They just made that shit up. Let's move on.
Hashtag backstory.
Either way, I'm not fucking Robin. I'll be Joker. That'll work.
You're my Joker. I'm Batman. You're Joker.
I would argue Sam
Brad-
is Batman.
Brad-
One of you is Riddler, and the other one's Penguin.
Brad is the fucking Penguin to me. He's my number 2 nemesis.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Um,
Can he be like Mr. Freeze? Like your number 4?
no, he's not like Arnold.
Hey, I didn't say that to be
He's-
Arnold, Mr. Freeze.
That was the only one in the movies.
But
There's more
like
than
cartoons
just the
and shit.
movies.
Like
All right, good. I think we've
Spin-offs.
talked enough about Norwich Crystal Palace. Southampton won, Spurs
that's about
0.
enough.
Southampton won, Spurs 0. Made me laugh. House and Hoodle's doing well all of a sudden.
Hausenhutl.
On the converse,
What?
I was trying to ad lib and it didn't work.
Oh, that's so cute of you.
his-
I'm not going to edit that out either.
Conversely, which is what I was trying to say before I fucked up.
Are you sure?
Is this Jose season 3 in week 3? Because the wheels seem to be coming off of Spurs over this festive period. Had a couple of very bad results, and we'll talk about the latest of the bad results in the FA Cup recap section.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
Teaser.
I think he'll figure it out, or he's fucking done and he'll never coach again. One of the two.
Yeah.
What a spectrum of options.
Hey,
Yeah,
leaving
it's
it out there.
the full
Wow.
spectrum, some
You're
would say.
so political.
I'm so wise.
To be honest, this
You
game was
should
boring
say
as shit.
Either you succeed or not at all.
Yeah.
Like a miniature Buddha.
To be fair, this game boiled down to a couple of brilliant Danny Ings touches and a fine finish, and that was about fucking it.
You know what angers me? The phrase Danny Ings touches.
I know.
Because I fucking hate that guy.
I'm not a fan.
He scores on us all the time.
Yeah.
For everyone.
He scores
And
on
they're-
us
And they're
fairly
always for
frequently
teams
as well.
that you're like, really? Fucking guy? Never mind. We'll stop there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either. The other thing, besides that, is very odd scenes, as Jose Mourinho was shown a yellow card for talking to the opposition's bench. He
Yeah.
was knelt down speaking to one of the assistants for
What was he
Southampton.
saying?
Don't know.
Well, I saw
That
a
hasn't come out yet?
headline, and obviously I don't know if it's real. Maybe it was just for fucking shock value or clickbait. But it was like Mourinho takes a peek at the tactics.
Yeah.
Because he looked like he had like the iPad in hand and was like fiddling with stuff and was like, "Boop," and, like poked his head over.
Well,
and
he said
So
in
he
a post
Belichicked.
he Belichicked it.
but at least Belichick had a guy in the stands with a camera.
Right? He didn't get caught red-handed.
This is what he said in the post-match interview, which I'm surprised, very big of the Southampton coach to not respond. But Jose Mourinho said afterwards that, yeah, I deserved that yellow card. I was being rude. I was rude to an idiot.
I love that. That sounds like an
Wow.
apology I would
Like,
give.
what the fuck?
You know what? I am
very-
The
so
guy's just sat there
sorry.
doing his job.
It's
Like,
very
what-
Jose of
He
him.
was very rude to an idiot.
Yeah. He was just sat there doing his job.
But he was like, that guy's an idiot because he coaches for Southampton, so he can't be smarter than me. So
But,
he-
I mean, fair enough.
Ipso facto, he's an idiot.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't
Could
see
be.
any flaw in the logic.
Yeah. I think that's 100% the thought there.
And then him and Mike Riley had a hug as he got the yellow. That was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
All right. Burnley 1, Villa 2.
Yeah.
A tale of two ACLs.
Yeah. Well, I still heart Heaton, although he's out for the season.
So is
And,
Wesley.
Yeah. I haven't.
Less of a mix, but still tragic.
Well, I've been very tragic.
Did I say mix? Less of a miss,
Yes, very much less of a miss.
but still
Um,
tragic.
It's
Still
still
not good.
tragic. I'm not.
You never want to see
I
that
didn't
happen.
want him. I want him to be transferred or sold. I didn't want him to get injured. Heaton, that's a hard loss.
It was like Heaton hurts for you guys, I think.
Yeah,
right.
Heaton, that's,
Wesley, not a.
No,
not,
he's been
pulling
underperforming. He's been-
pulling a Joe Linton.
He's been
Yeah.
pissing people off. He's just been flaccid all season.
Flaccid.
Well, that's how he's been playing. If
That's a great
if
word.
That's
That's
not
a
an
fucking
idiom.
word
It
right
should
there.
be.
Great word.
Because that's exactly how Villa played at the VA at
That's
the
how Joe
FA
Linton
Cup.
plays,
But
so
we'll
I
go there
feel you,
anyways.
bro.
Yeah,
Fucking
flaccid. They play flaccid.
Useless.
Yeah. So, but excuse me, Villa, Burnley.
Well, we had Mings back, and that just shows how important Mings is.
I know, and
just
when-
his presence.
When we fucking talked
Minge.
the other day,
I know, that
the
was-
preview, you said he wasn't going to be there, which is why I chose what I chose.
No, I told
and
you he was.
I gave that clarification.
I
Damn it.
believe we go back to the audio. I said, "Oh, Mings is back," and you went,
was-
"Is he?" I'm like, "I don't know," but clearly I did know. So now you don't know if I'm full of shit or if I'm not.
I know, which sucks. Only 38% of the ball for Villa, but 6 shots on target. And really, Chris Wood had the header laid on, but Burnley didn't really trouble you guys
No.
at all. And very good, obviously, and it shows to get Tyrone Mings back.
It was actually kind of a boring game, which is what I needed at 7:30 in the morning after New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I was still drunk.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, I didn't see the Heaton injury because once we were up 2-0, I passed out.
That's fair.
And so then I woke up to the win, and I went, "Yeah, fuck right, we won," because Graham bet against us.
Yeah, I did, which we'll come on to soon. All right, so on to our favorite segment of the show. Oh,
words is hard.
so that happens. Yeah, I do
Oh,
this.
so that happened.
I talk
Oh,
for
so
a
that-
fucking living.
Me
right?
too.
Would you believe that? Yeah.
I think you could believe that I do, though.
All right. All right. So Brighton, Chelsea 1-1. City 2, Everton 1. Watford 2, Wolves 1. And Liverpool 2, Sheffield United 0. Brighton and Chelsea. Brighton's playing well despite
Really well.
only being 5 points clear of the relegation zone.
Well,
I think it's
they
5
had
points.
like 5 points when they started that run. So,
Well, yeah, that's fair enough.
But no, they are playing very well. I thought they were going to be a short shot to go down, honestly. The dude who scored that goal, who you have written here, whose name I can't pronounce.
Oh, I got this. I practiced it.
Okay.
Johanna Bashk.
Is that what it is?
Baksh.
Baksh?
Johanna Baksh.
Who
is-
Ali Riza?
That word that's got the AZ.
Johanna Baksh.
No, that's Ali Riza. I think
That's his first
Ali
name.
Riza. Oh, yeah. Well, either way,
So
you know how I learned
and-
about that guy?
It's a
FIFA
typo.
2020 when he scored like 3 goals on me in 45 minutes. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? Iranian.
So can I just? I wasn't being a dick at the beginning of the show.
no.
He's Iranian.
No.
There's the.
Oh,
tie
got
back.
it. See?
That was the.
You should have.
I get jokes.
There was the tie.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
jokes.
yeah.
Just for the listening
You're
public,
so
Yeah, no,
funny.
that was,
so everyone knows.
yeah. I like
That
it.
was the joke. But yeah, no, this is the guy that cried the other day after scoring his first goal in 27 appearances
Yeah.
for Brighton.
Yeah.
Been working his socks off by all
He
accounts.
has been.
And you can tell that the players just absolutely fucking love this guy.
Yep.
Everyone, including Matt Ryan, the goalkeeper, ran 70 yards
He's
to go
probably working
celebrate
his
with
dick
him.
off.
Oh yeah, and you know,
All
he ju-
day, every day.
absolutely. And a quality fucking finish. I mean, not as spectacular as Wayne Rooney's, but just as precise.
Hey.
And great improvisation.
You gotta. I give it to anyone who finishes and completes that overhead kick because you have to one be like, all right, I have the balls to just
To try it,
throw
yeah.
myself at this,
Yep.
and land on my head, and hope that I hit it right.
I've tried 2
I believe you've tried multiple.
in my in my
I mean,
life.
that's obvious
like if,
to everyone.
if no one had asked me, I'd be like, yep, he's tried at least 1 or 2.
I've tried 2.
Yeah.
They were both on target, but both hit with
Solid.
they were both hit with my shin.
See, that's the hard part.
So they were quite tame.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the hard part.
They were quite tame.
It's hard to get. You got to catch it. You almost got
You
to catch it.
Oh yeah.
You almost got to catch it too high because if you wait for it too long, then you shin it.
You're too high.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
shin it.
too high.
You're too high.
Exactly, which is what happened.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I tried it.
Yep.
That's
fair.
But it is what it is. Chelsea failed to add to their advantage that Cesar Azpilicueta stabbed home and closed the game out, and that's what really allowed Brighton to grow into the game and find that equalizer.
And I think speaking back to Arsenal and that push for top 4, just to placate you even a little bit, I think that is why you might reach that is because Chelsea's hot and cold.
Yeah.
They are most certainly a better team and could have put them away, but
Absolutely.
did not.
But
And
they're
it's the
just- they're-
experience.
They're young. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. They're inexperienced. And you have 3 fairly experienced side. I mean, there's what, 1 change in that Tottenham team,
Yep.
right, from the Champions League finalists.
Yep.
So once we get this winter break and Jose has 2 solid weeks to work with the players,
Yep.
I think you're going to see a different Tottenham team
I think
come out
you
of
are.
there.
Yeah.
Manchester United has seemed to kind of find their niche in
Yep.
counterattacking.
Yep.
And granted, their forwards are still relatively young, and Dan James, Marcus Rashford, and
Yeah.
Martial. So they aren't firing on all cylinders
Yeah.
necessarily, but I'd probably say 7 out of their V8 is going.
I think if their
You're also
back line
getting-
stays healthy too, they're
Yeah.
a pretty formidable counterattacking side.
You also unless they play the mighty fucking Arsenal, but you're getting
Always with the pro Arsenal agenda.
But you're getting all these teams are seemingly coming into form at the right time, and Chelsea still hasn't quite figured themselves out yet.
Well,
And that could be trouble for
That's
them.
true. Yeah, very true. I mean, and it's the same way at the bottom of the table too. Like honestly, I haven't looked at it. I stop looking at the table sometimes, like for stretches because I don't want to know. But like I know we got to a nice decent point total before Christmas. But likewise, like it's trending in the direction that like if not this year, but in a couple years, like you're going to need 50 points to stay up instead of the old 40.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's
'Cause it's
getting
so-
to the point.
The break between the top and the bottom is
Is-
getting
is-
bigger and bigger.
Yep.
It's an allegory for society.
She's
Enough on that.
she's got a point.
City 2,
Not
Everton 1.
wrong.
City 2, Everton 1.
Expected.
It was expected, but still a better performance from Everton.
Very much so.
Again, just the initial hard work. Now, it's a shame that the quote came out after this game and in the build-up to the FA Cup Merseyside derby, but apparently, if he said it then, he's probably said it since he's came in. And Ancelotti's chief tactic to beat Liverpool was to score more goals than them, which, congratulations, fuckface. And he failed to do that in this game as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey boys, hey boys, excuse me, Tyrant here calling in from Florida. First time, long time, love the show.
Fuck off.
fucking great.
First time,
Brilliant.
long time. Love
First
this
time,
show.
long time.
I'm getting dirty looks for both of them now, baby.
Well, I heard something in
Oh,
my
this isn't a
headphones.
soundbite. He's on the fucking phone.
Really on the phone.
Oh, Jesus
I heard something in my
Christ.
headphones, and I was like, "What's happening?"
taking a little step outside from team building, aka drinking lots of whiskey
yeah.
with my counterparts, to come out and talk a little bit about the City Everton game. You know, give it true hard hitting analysis that it desered.
Well,
Wow.
it's an also that happened.
I was
so,
going to say, man, we were pretty much done, so
yeah.
you can go back to doing what you were doing.
Well, boys, I tell you, I felt like the game itself was Ancelotti kind of putting a little Italy on it, like a little stink, like let's ugly this game up for City and see if they can handle it. And that really seemed to work in the first half. Now, we didn't create dick, but it was, they were frustrated and they weren't doing anything.
Dick
Now,
is like energy. It
eventually-
cannot be created nor destroyed.
It's true.
Right. And then, of course, Gabriel Jesus does what Gabriel Jesus does against Everton, and no one else in the league scores goals.
Facts.
And we find ourselves, 2-0 down, and fortunately, get a goal from Richie to kind of claw back, but that's, the worst goalkeeper in the world, Claudio Brava, fucking it. Well, no, actually, that West Ham guy, Roberto, is still the worst.
No, he's terrible, yeah.
But it just, it was kind of the result you expected, I think between that and the FA Cup game, we discovered something, or at least Ancelotti's discovered something. Like his midfielders aren't currently playing on that team. Gylfi Sigurdsson and Morgan Schneiderlin are not in his plans for the future. And unfortunately for him, those midfielders are either A, injured in JPEG and Gomez, or they haven't been signed yet.
Right.
But it's clear
They haven't been
Gylfi's
signed yet.
time is
They're
done.
out
in
there
Everton.
in mystery
They need to
land.
cough up the money then.
Mauricio has told Ancelotti he's got money, so he's going to go buy people.
Okay.
Now I don't want to go buying too many people because it's January and it's going to be a premium. And again, JPEG's right around the corner from being healthy, and I want to see what that kid has to offer.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Will Jordan Pickford get his favorite booth at Nando's after letting in that near post Gabriel Jesus shot?
Old tiny arms.
Oh, that was a bad one. That was a bad one.
Yeah. I think he's going to want that one back for sure.
He's just a sad
Boys?
Macam bastard. Sad Macam bastard. He's just a sad
I gotta
Macam
tell you what,
bastard.
Of course, the Newcastle fans gonna fuck with me. But I hate to say it. It might be time to get some market value on Jordan Pickford.
You can sell him to West Ham.
Ooh, we need a goalie.
Makes a
Bet you
Him and Davey Moyes can reunite at
mistakes.
Sunderland.
Villa needs a goalie.
he'll look real good with a League
Yeah,
One
he
patch
ain't going
on
in
his
that
arm.
direction. He'll go in the other direction. Well, what hurts is that De Gea got a contract extension, but
That's
if a
just
big club
to
comes
Selling
calling,
for big money to Real Madrid.
It would hurt is that De Gea is better than him.
he's still England's number one, and there's still a premium for it. And there's plenty of good keepers on other teams below us that aren't that expensive, and
Yeah, fair enough.
his gaffes outweigh his spectacular saves.
So you think
They
Jordan
really do.
You think Jordan Pickford's going to get the rave on in a different city?
I think yes. I think if the right number comes, I think we'll sell him.
It's gonna be Burrow. It's gonna be Middlesbrough.
When Jonathan
It's gonna be
Woodgate gets him
on
up
T side, just fucking fist punching.
with his dick out.
Or Or Pickford could go full-blown Joe Hart and just start to fall apart.
Yeah.
I mean, England number ones tend to have a history of self-destructing in the league after a
Of
while.
raving too much. And
Rob Green,
Yep.
Paul Robinson. Yeah.
Even
Joe
the
Hart.
ones,
Yeah,
even the
I
ones
mean-
that get close, like the Jack Butlins and like.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
that's who Mel's trying to buy is Jack Butlin.
I mean, he
yeah.
was phenomenal. I
Yeah.
haven't seen him in years.
He's
Where's he at?
at Stoke.
Oh, yeah, that
Butland.
explains it.
Yeah. All right,
He
bro.
said
Well,
but.
we're at 45 minutes here, and you're in So That Happened. So go drink yourself some whiskey.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Graham,
Yeah.
do you want me to hit the mute button?
Yeah, meet the shit out.
Hey,
of
you
him.
know what?
Hey guys, real quick, I want to tell you something.
All right.
I got him before he got us. That's his bit. He was gonna hang up right then. I got him first.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
We're never. I might never be on this show again.
He might kick me off too. For
All
all
right,
I
Graham,
know.
we're starting our own.
Yeah. Here too.
right,
He's gonna be in
here.
the other room
It's on-
just mad. Yeah.
It's on a different day of the week.
Yeah. We record on Wednesdays. You twat.
He's just out there watching FA Cup reruns.
He just texted me. Did I pull off the hang up? And I got to burst his bubble and say no.
Do it.
No, you did not.
No. Get him.
He pulled
I
off the
told you.
surprise though.
Mel, on my show, you have a lot of leeway here. You know what I'm
You have
saying?
artistic freedom.
All right, Watford 2, Wolves 1. Wolves always play down to their opposition. There's not really much else to say about this game,
Yeah.
to be fair.
It's yeah, very true. That's about it.
Yeah, De La Feu got him up and running. Textbook far post, opened his body up well, found the far corner.
That guy's great.
Yeah,
for a bit of magic.
Yeah,
Like, he's
absolutely.
So talented.
Pedro Neto drew one back just after Decore found the net with another giant deflection.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Liverpool 2, Sheffield 0. Unsurprisingly, Liverpool dominated this entire game.
Nope.
Salah scored after 4 minutes, and as soon as that happened, you knew that was essentially it,
Yep.
especially at Anfield. Do you think that Liverpool can equal my Arsenal's Invincibles?
What was that total?
49 games unbeaten, but it was the 38 was we were 28 and
Yeah.
no, we had 12 draws. So what's that? 26 wins, 12 draws.
I mean,
I'm sorry, I was texting.
You're good.
there's really no reason.
Those are good stats. I know that.
There's really no.
You looked at me. I was like, oh, I was supposed to do something.
no,
Sorry.
not at all.
Yeah, there's really no reason they can't. Quite frankly,
Yeah, there is,
After-
'cause I'll be very sad.
well, yeah,
the
everyone
reason.
will be sad. They're about to win the league. Everyone who enjoys English football is fucking sad because everyone hates them. I'm sorry, Liverpool fans. It is what
Don't
it is.
apologize to that lot.
This is scouse.
I mean, they have Jesus on their side. So
Bin dippers. But yes, yeah, it is what it is. It sucks kind of because I can't stand them, but you know, it is what it is.
All right. You want to bet on some football?
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
Why not?
Here we go. It is time to tell you what little we know. It is prediction time.
Predictions.
So here is where we use the odds on us.888sport.com and we bet on some footy. I did not win my bet last week.
no, you did not.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're
It
welcome.
was all due to you.
I
I'm
know.
aware of that.
I have a curse where whenever I bet on one of our 3 teams, the opposite fucking happens. Now,
Yeah, I can't do it, man.
the
Yeah.
New Year's Day match against Manchester United, I didn't bet against Arsenal. I just talked a lot of shit about them in the build-up.
That's fair.
And then we won 2-0.
I'm dying. I'm laughing so hard because the
Yeah.
second we scored, I looked over at. I yelled because Sam was still in the bedroom. I yelled, "We're only winning because Graham bet against us. Fuck you!"
Yeah. So that happened. Houston also lost his
I
bet.
don't think anybody's bets came in.
No, Pats didn't come in either. Yeah, we were all
Kitties didn't.
we definitely shot a blank there on New Year's Day. We shot a blank.
Yeah, I lost on New Year's Day.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Leicester. So.
Alan, what do you have for your bet of the week, my
Well,
friend?
I didn't really look anything up because I'm not a degenerate gambler.
No,
like
that's fine.
everyone else.
Live admin is all good. We do that here at the DU Football Show.
What I am going to tell you is that I'm going to speak something into existence. I'm going to speak it into existence.
All right.
And
Like
that
it.
what I'm speaking into existence is that Joe Linton's going to score at Wolves on the weekend.
Joe Linton to score at Wolves on the weekend.
Interesting.
That is a shout.
Right?
I cannot
I'm
wait
gonna-
for
I'm gonna
Andy
put-
Carroll to start and Joe Linton to not play.
Yeah, but he'll come off the bench because
Carroll can't make a full 90 minutes.
Well, Carroll has made a full 90 minutes, you fucking dick. So you watch your mouth. Also, I gotta interject because my wife will kill me if I don't mention. My wife wanted me to wish Andy Carroll a happy birthday
oh my
from
God.
the States because today's his birthday, Big Andy.
Oh my
Our-
God.
You know, Newcastle's former number 9. So now our number 7.
All right. there
Because
you
we
go.
gave our 9 to a 40 million Brazilian who's fucking useless.
So you have Joe Linton to score against
Joe
Wolves.
Linton score Wolves.
All right. At all or first?
Period.
All
Just
right.
period.
That's plus 510.
Right.
All right.
That'd
I'm
be a
writing
big
it down.
win.
I'm
Yeah.
writing it down.
That'd be a big win.
Yeah.
All right.
Go big.
Oh,
Go big or don't come back.
you know what?
Probably won't be allowed.
Why don't
Well, though technically you have taken Graham's chair
Yeah.
because
were
Graham's
discussing
sitting in
this.
Graham's sitting in Big
Yeah.
Sam's chair.
What was inevitable? Maybe if we're being real.
All right, I found Sam's bet. You
I
wanna
had
hit,
to look for. I was padding for you.
Hit
Yeah,
the,
we
hit the
got
button.
Wait,
he,
hold on.
he didn't hear
This
it.
one.
Hit the button.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
Usually we get the visual of him like leaning back in his chair.
Right. Yeah. Just having a big wank because it's not a lock.
You should just give
It's
him
not
like
a lock
an
of the
empty
week.
one.
I
Hold
know.
on.
Just
Hold on. His line is 30% of the time it works 100% of the time.
Well, after
nothing.
after last weekend, it's only 20% of the time it works 100% of the time. We're fast approaching 0% of the time it works 100% of the time.
You know, it's a lock-ish.
So Big Sammy's bet is Wolves to beat Newcastle and Raul Jimenez to score. It's a parlay.
fuck off, Sam.
Wolves to beat Newcastle with Raul Jimenez scoring at any time at plus 260.
Well, if they beat us, he's definitely going
Wow.
to score. So
Yeah, right. So that's his.
But
I gotta
to
find the
your,
email.
they've been playing to their opposition recently. We've been fucking playing shambolic.
Yeah.
So hopefully they dip on down there for us.
right.
Fabulous word for something so terrible.
Right?
And now, it's time for our degenerate gambling friend Pat's Pick of the Week.
All right, old Patty got in touch. Righting the ship, he says. Okay, I've been on a roll of losing. We'd call that a losing streak where I'm from, son. And that hole is getting deep. So I'll just be making a quick and easy pick here. Saturday primetime game is Tottenham hosting Liverpool. Liverpool is rolling, and I'm not going to bet against them. So I'll risk 150 minus half a goal to win 100 in this match. Quick, simple, clean
There you go.
for
makes
old
sense.
Pat.
Because Pat's a professional.
Yeah, yes he is.
Yeah, he's a professional that's almost as deep in the red as we are.
Well, that was a good segment.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Oh.
you very much.
I
My
don't have a
bet.
It hasn't gone
I'm
off the
just
rails
winging
yet.
it.
Stand by.
My bet.
Oh, that's right.
No, funny you say that. I actually typed in a 4-part parlay
Nice.
for a
Of
pl-
course you did.
for a plus 403, and I'll tell you what it was. I'm not betting it,
Okay.
but I'll tell you what it was.
Disclaimer: Graham is not betting the following.
Yeah, which makes for a great betting section, doesn't it? This is what I'm not gonna do.
Okay, write it down because this is going to come in hot because he's not doing it.
This is a hot take. So I had Arsenal to beat Palace. I had Leicester to beat Southampton, United to beat Norwich, and Jamie Vardy to score in the Leicester-Southampton match.
Well, no shit.
But it only brought me plus 403.
Really?
And I was like, that's not because I picked all favorites.
Yeah.
And also, the last time I did
Yeah.
that, I fucked up. So instead, what I am throwing 100 bones on is Moyesiola's West Ham to beat
Moyesiola.
to beat
It will never not be funny.
to beat Sheffield United away at plus 335. They're good odds for a team that all of a sudden is rolling.
Wait, didn't they? Wait. Okay, never mind. You said Sheffield. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, didn't they just play them? No,
AKA,
Yeah. No, I bet something from
Duh,
last week
Blades.
to guarantee I'll win.
which
I bet something from last week.
the Blades did not beat
Nah.
Liverpool.
They did not.
So sorry, Nick.
Yeah. So what I've got is West Ham to beat Sheffield United at Sheffield at plus 335.
All right,
All right.
All right.
that's a
And
good segment.
if that was all we had, wouldn't that be pretty good?
That's a great segment. I think you did an excellent job.
I
producing.
appreciate it. But now
Oh, you have more?
we have more.
We have more.
Because here at the DU Football Show,
Are you gonna dance?
we fucking give you. No, I'm not dancing. What? You're lucky I'm letting you play the music
I
all
don't
the way
wanna
through.
Hit the button. If you're
Wait,
not
there's
gonna
music?
Dance. Oh, Alan will dance.
I'm down.
You don't
Maybe
know
you
about the
need to
music?
get.
What?
Wait, I mean, I probably do. I just don't know what's happening.
Aw.
I kind of tuned out for
All
a
right,
second.
here is Kitty the Chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Dance party.
All right, I danced a little bit.
All right, yeah,
He
Graham
did dance a little
more
bit.
I
than
danced a
I've ever
little
seen
bit.
him dance. So, all right, boys. This morning I drove Sam to the airport, and everything seemed calm at the coop. When I came back, however, there was a litany of crushed up Red Bull cans and an empty bottle of Tito's vodka sitting outside the coop.
Jamie motherfucking Vardy.
I'm not saying who it was,
I
but
am.
apparently Kitty's boo was in town, and she couldn't be bothered to talk to me. But the word around the coop from Gertrude and Henrietta is that Kitty is putting all of her money on Leicester to beat Southampton.
I think it's a good bet.
It's a
I think
Vardy
it's a great
party.
bet,
I think it's a good bet.
It's a Vardy party.
You know.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. And remember, as always, drink, gamble legally and responsibly.
I said drink responsibly at the beginning.
You didn't.
I did.
No, he did.
Oh, okay.
I
well,
did,
then-
'cause he
then
didn't.
Drink irresponsibly and gamble super responsibly.
Yeah.
As I said before, this was our second of 2 weeks off, so we did no play. So instead, we're going to go through a couple of the notable results from the FA Cup third round.
Yeah. That
Uh,
whole thing happened.
To start off, Sheffield Wednesday beat Brighton 1-0 at Brighton. Big result there.
Yeah.
Fulham 2-1 over Villa. Sorry, Mel. I heard Villa were
It was
quite.
so bad.
I heard they were quite lethargic.
I believe the term I've coined now is flaccid.
Was,
yeah, flaccid.
was Mitrovic on fire? Did Mitrovic score? Anyone know?
No,
No.
I don't think we score at
No,
all.
not
Yeah,
the-
you lost 2-1.
Yeah.
No, not
I think
for
Mitrovic
you.
scored.
Mitrovic for
No.
Fulham.
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
You
if
should
it's
buy
not a Villa
Mitrovic,
player.
actually.
You should buy
That's
it.
what you
We're-
should do.
We should be lucky. I can name more Villa players than I've ever been able to name in the history of soccer. So the progress I've made in the past
That's true.
year
I'll give you that.
is outstanding. I believe the shot we made was Kojo something or other to some
Something.
other guy that knocked it in.
Yeah, that's
Kojo
good. That's
something.
good. That's good.
That's Kojo something.
That's really, really
That's fantastic.
That is your expert
That's some
analysis
in-depth analysis
from
there.
the Villanista.
Lovely.
It was
so
bad. I am now vamping because
You mean
both
El Ghazi?
guys have. Yeah, El Ghazi
Yeah,
tipped
El
it
Ghazi.
in.
Oh,
I know,
I
I knew
was-
that.
I was
He
pulling
tipped
stuff
it in,
up.
but it was Kojovic from.
Kojovic? I mean,
France.
the Eastern Bloc somewhere.
Yeah,
No,
Correct.
no, black guy.
Ko-
it
Black
could
guy
still be
named Koji.
from there.
Kojovic?
Koji. No, I added the Vich because I'm vamping.
Oh.
You don't
Oh.
have to vamp.
Number
just go for
26.
it.
Yeah, we're
fine.
engaged right now.
We're ready to move on to the
We're
next
definitely
one.
engaged, which is Southampton. What?
I know. Like
So-
he's still looking at his phone. I'm
Well,
like,
here's
what
the
are you
problem.
doing?
So, right, if you noticed on the notes here,
Southampton,
hashtag
Huddersfield.
hashtag
It
admin.
had-
I
hadn't
don't
happened.
have that in my notes.
No, it's happened. I just didn't write the fucking
Well, it
score
happened
down.
now, but it hadn't happened before.
Yeah,
you
I just didn't
printed
write the
this.
score down, so I was looking for the score. English FA Cup. Let's.
Do you know what that sound
We're
is?
professionals.
That sound is 1,000 iPhones switching next.
Oh no, they're just skipping 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
It's true.
Hit the button again. I'm almost there.
I'm gonna say though, it is gonna make me take another nip of this.
Hit the
That's
Hit the button. Southampton won 2-0. There you go.
Oh, that's what you were looking up. I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Yeah, because I didn't write it fucking down. For whatever reason, it's the only goddamn score I didn't do. I didn't do Arsenal Leeds, but I know that one.
But he knows that. One
anyway,
because
Preston lost to Norwich.
People care about that.
Preston lost to Norwich at home 4-2.
Which is good for Norwich, I guess. That's a confidence.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Just for their strikers to get a fucking,
Yeah.
little bit of confidence under their belt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And really, a cup run can galvanize a team.
Hell yeah, it can.
So Preston losing that match for them, they're
Yep.
not doing too well, I don't think, in their league either.
No, I don't think so either.
That's kind of demoralizing based on where Norwich is in the table.
Yep. For sure.
Anyway, Bournemouth putting the stones to fucking Luton Town 4-0 at home.
Well, they got beat by Moyesiola just before
Well,
this.
fair
So,
enough,
You know,
yeah.
a little retribution was
Yeah,
in
a
order.
little bounce back there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Leicester beat Wigan 2-0. Former
Nice.
FA Cup winners Wigan
Mm-hmm.
at home. Chelsea 2-0 over Forest, who knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup a couple years ago in the third round. Palace lost 1-0 at home to Derby, a Wayne Rooney-inspired Derby County.
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney is back in England.
Inspiring Derby County.
Yeah, and he's a player coach, and he was yelling at some players. He was
Yeah, I
getting
saw.
in on them a bit. Arsenal 1-0 over Leeds after an abysmal first half. Arsenal came out and dominated the second half. And Reece Nelson bundled the ball over the line for the win. Quality stuff. First time we've had back-to-back wins in general in a very long time.
Was this at Arsenal?
It was.
It was.
And
So
back
did
to
Leeds take the second most amount of away fans to your ground? this year?
9,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Certainly
9,000.
less than the Geordies. So
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think y'all had 10-5.
Yeah,
maybe something like that. But we had back-to-back shutouts as well. Haven't felt that feeling
look at
for a long
you.
time.
Clean
Yeah.
sheets.
Xhaka should have been sent off, as should two of their players, and it was a proper.
Sounds like
fucking-
an FA Cup.
It was a proper cup tie, especially one involving Marcelo Bielsa.
Very true.
Watford
Watford Tranmere.
3-0 up at
3.
halftime.
Yeah.
And VAR helping out two of those goals for Tranmere.
Yeah.
But the only true Merseyside club, Tranmere Rovers, the favorite club of a very near and dear to our hearts, Mike Dean,
Mike Dean
who apparently
was there.
visited the Tranmere dressing room
Nice.
pre-match to explain VAR to them.
Wow.
Yeah, fucking crazy. I think it's unprofessional, and it shouldn't have happened, but it
Yeah,
did.
100%.
But it did. And Tranmere stormed back in the latter stages.
Did that conversation start with, so it's a shit show?
Yeah,
and
it had
we're
to
gonna
have.
get really minute, and it's going to piss a lot of people off, but what the fuck you going to do?
Yeah.
It's a short conversation.
It had to.
Pretty much.
But 3-3, that finished. So Tranmere earning a replay back at their ground, which should be awesome. Gillingham actually lost to West Ham at home 2-0. That's why I think the Moyesiola train is running. That's what I'm talking about.
It. Yeah.
Then we get to Rochdale versus Newcastle. Now, granted, to your credit, it was at Rochdale.
It was.
Which
That
is
doesn't
tough.
mean anything.
It
at all.
does,
It
which
doesn't
is tough.
fucking mean anything at all.
For these,
Aw.
There were. It holds like 10,005, and there were like 5,000 of us. So no, it doesn't fucking matter.
and y'all screaming at Robbie Savage the whole match, which was fantastic.
He shit scared of Shira.
Yeah,
I think it was the. Are you to the Sheffield game yet?
not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yelling
Just
at Robbie Savage the whole time.
yelling at Robbie Savage
and
the whole time.
Robbie Savage, did you hear him on after that on I think it was BT Sport, maybe it was Talk Sport.
Well, it was on like Talk Sport, but
Yeah.
I mean there was like 5
But-
listeners.
but he came on and was.
He was so bad.
I'm not mad at all. I took it with a laugh, but you got to say the Newcastle fans were disgraceful. They were pitiful. then.
Pitiful.
They were pitiful people. But I'm not mad at all. I took it with a laugh. As only I could do.
Well, you know what's funny is I heard it because like I heard the cadence. Like I've heard it I've sung it on terraces myself.
Absolutely.
And I'd heard the cadence, and I was like, "Who are they yelling at?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Who are they?" And I looked at the Rochdale lineup real quick. I was like, "Is there someone on this lineup that?" Nope.
They
Robbie
were yelling
Savage.
at Robbie Savage.
Yeah.
So the other thing about this is, and it's a shame. It happens a lot in lower league stadia.
Yeah.
Where they don't have a proper gallantry, right?
Oh,
for
yeah,
the
gantry,
media
yeah.
or gantry. Gallantry? What's the gallantry?
I don't think it's a thing.
I think that's a word,
Gallant.
though.
Gallant is when you're like you're wonderful
Yeah.
and you give
Regal.
things and you're
Oh,
very,
yeah.
Yeah.
chivalrous.
I fucked that up, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the gantry.
But anyway,
Nah.
there's no proper gantry for
No,
media.
there is not.
So the people for Talk Sport,
Outlet.
if that was who they were working
Well,
for,
he was for BT for TV, but he was on Talk Sport Radio when he
was ranting
about
about
it.
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
for BT, we're amongst the Newcastle fans.
Yeah.
So that was tough.
That's probably
what are
the
you gonna
worst
do?
group of supporters to choose to sit him next to.
Well,
you know.
especially him.
Yeah, exactly.
So then we go to Sheffield United 2 over FC Fylde 1. Probably the most famous goal in their very short history.
Yeah.
It was we watched that match. It was kind of disappointing how empty the stands were.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. Like
so-
the ends weren't sold at all.
Kind of
It's
tradition
tough,
in the FA
yeah.
Cup, which actually I'm pissed off at Mike Ashley now too. Kind of
more reasons.
No, I know. I think I know why.
kind of tradition in the FA Cup is if you host the smaller
Yeah.
side as the Premier League club, or even
They
as
get
a
the
championship, they get the gate.
Right.
They get the gate receipts. So any tickets sold, they give it to the lower club because they obviously need the money. Nobody at Sheffield United showed up, really.
No, it was empty.
There was
it was
42
sad.
people there. So you would hope that it was a case of we bought tickets and just decided not to go.
Yeah.
So at least they still get the money.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is the biggest game in these players' career for FC Fylde, and they couldn't even get a proper atmosphere.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
And that's disappointing to see. So really, shame on the Sheffield fans for not showing
For
up
not-
for these lot.
They
They all
being a
have
newly promoted
Bad.
side.
they all have
Blades.
fucking 9 to
Yeah.
5 jobs.
Yep.
And they're coming out and made it this far in the FA Cup,
Yeah.
and for you to not show up,
bad blades.
It-
Bad
Yeah.
blades.
it's tough, man.
Yep.
The reason I'm mad at Mike Ashley is
I think I know why. Go
yeah
ahead.
the replay, which we played at St. James's Park.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he has quote unquote sold. I call it giving away to corporate sponsors about 5,000 tickets.
Oh, wow.
Was that right?
Oh, you mean from previous?
No,
Or for this
the
match coming
yeah,
up?
for the one coming up
I haven't
for the
heard
replay.
that, actually, so I
yeah,
haven't read
so
anything.
they're
Yeah.
not there to be sold because he gave them
Because he
away.
gave 'em away.
Yeah, so he's just eating into what he would be giving to Rochdale.
Well,
well, that's pretty shitty.
what I
You
did,
should buy those tickets and then give them away.
I think what I did hear that they did, which is kind of, I mean, it sucks for the traveling Geordies, but I think obviously helps Rochdale, was that the away tickets for this cup tie, the prices were actually increased just slightly, which sucks for the traveling fans because you got to pay a little more than you would normally pay. But I think it was damn near double. So it was almost like a 60, 65 pound
So give an inch,
to
take a
go
mile.
to Rochdale.
Give an inch,
because-
take a mile.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
But then we're going to go ahead and throw away 5,000.
Well, hopefully Joe Linton and some of your other megastars were able to leave behind a signed shirt they could sell for 72 quid on eBay.
I could tell you what Joe Linton left fucking behind there, and that's some fucking missed shots
right?
from
true.
fucking 10 yards away.
That's true. Wolves, Man U, 0-0. Wolves playing up to their opponents again.
Man, you loses this return time.
I think that's true. At Old Trafford, they'll
At
lose
Old
it.
Trafford,
Yeah.
they lose it.
I would probably...
Because wasn't Wolves just there, gave them a decent game, and if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, absolutely.
And yep.
Liverpool, well, Liverpool's kids, Adam Lallana, James Milner for about 18 minutes.
Minamoto was, or what was
Yeah.
the Japanese kid they bought? I don't know.
Yeah, Minamoto, I think.
Is it Minamoto?
Minamoto, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
something like that.
And then Adrian and goal were the three old people.
Me and the wife were giggling at a meme yesterday. There was just a bathtub full of babies, and it said the Liverpool squad in the showers after the match.
Yeah, basically. But a worldie scored
Oh,
by
yeah.
that one teenager. I forgot
Yeah.
to write his name down.
No one knows.
Hashtag admin. And then Jonathan Woodgate, his Middlesbrough team, getting a very respectable 1-1 draw with Tottenham Hotspur.
Smoggies.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the FA Cup. And that pretty much does it, Mel.
I think it wraps it
I
up.
think we got through another one with me at the helm.
I think you did a great job, Graham.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Alan, Thank you, sir.
What are your
Thank you.
plugs, Alan?
I appreciate
Plugs? I mean, nothing. I have a podcast that I do.
Do
it's
you?
At, yeah, it's
Do
at
you?
the
I didn't
410
know that.
It's at the
This
410's
is the first
podcast.
I'm hearing of
Yeah.
this.
It's at what?
At 410's podcast. Are you serious?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
At 410. Yeah.
Full of
I was
shit.
like, did Sam
No,
not
but
tell you?
no, you
No,
do multiple sports though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do a little bit of everything. We're like regional sports,
Please.
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
I'm a very good actor.
We'll go. We reach up into Philly every now and then and talk about the Eagles or some shit, but nobody really cares. Or the
Which
Phillies.
what? Crystal Palace or fucking Philadelphia? Motherfucker.
yeah. It's I
motherfucker.
I run a Crystal Palace podcast. It's weird. It's just me and Rebecca Lowe, and that's it.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
So fit.
Who you telling?
So fit.
God, I'm so sick
Rebecca
of
Lowe, if you're listening.
Houston.
So
I'm not allowed to
fit.
say
Hello,
anything
love.
bad about her at all. Houston's like, you shut your mouth,
So-
woman. She's a sweetheart. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
all right, I got
She's a fucking saint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every
she say whatever
time.
she wants.
Yeah.
She say whatever she wants.
But no.
I don't get
Oh,
that respect.
also-
I don't get that
Also,
respect.
find us on Patreon to find out what I'd really think.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where the that's where
Catch
the
Graham
D-
on his
Seriously,
OnlyFans.
if
that's
you
where
wanna
the
get-
that's where the DU After Dark starts.
If you want to get
His
the
OnlyFans is $10 a
unfiltered-
month.
I did the math. It like comes down to like 2 cents a minute for all the extra content that we give. And
So much
it's,
content.
It's unfiltered. It's rude. It's crude.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's-
So
It's what America should be.
you know, Christmas is over. So now 2020, go treat yourself and treat yourself to a subscription at Patreon.
Say
Football
it
Show.
right.
But-
say it right. Like from
Come
Parks
be
and
a
Rec. No.
supporter.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Find
It's time
leather
to
goods.
treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
with more Sam Graham.
That's
Treat
right.
yourself.
What time are we at?
We are at 112.
Jesus Christ. You got any parting words?
Bye.
That's how party word's supposed to work.
All right, guys. We actually escaped the FA Cup third round with no racism, from what I saw. Fucking
Fingers
well done.
crossed.
Fucking well done.
Well done.
We'll speak to you soon. Thanks for listening. www.patreon.com/DUfootballshow and DUfootballshow@gmail.com, at DUfootballshow on all the social medias. Sam Houston is back next weekend. Fuck my life. That was the wrong thing.
Oh, shit, you're right. Good job. Good job.
Fix it in post.